Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wise Gossip. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kim Zolciak is accused of abuse of younger children in court filing. Former RHOO star Kim Zolciak has been accused of psychological abuse in regards to her minor children. She and her estranged husband, Kroy Bierman, share 6 kids, with 2 being in their 20s. So, why has this accusation emerged? Keep reading for more details. Kim Zolciak accused of psychological abuse. In May 2023, Kim Zolciak and her husband of over a decade, Kroy Bierman, filed for divorce. They were in deep debt, and their Georgia mansion was facing foreclosure. Accusations were flung in both directions, but at the end of the day, they did attempt to reconcile. That was short-lived, and they have been battling ever since, with the cops often called to their home. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum wanted her ex to be tested for various illnesses, while he clapped back at her. This was extremely messy, but they finally opted to call the divorce off. Now, Kroy has a special request for their 4 minor children, KJ, Cash, Kaya, and Kane. He wants sole custody of their children and maintains that Kim is psychologically abusive. In the doc filed on Friday, August 15th, Kroy made this request after he did not find the current arrangement functional. Every week, each parent has 2 children, and then they swap. Kroy explained that the way things are set up right now is not emotionally conducive or healthy for their kids. Not only does Kroy Bierman want sole custody, but he also wants to be able to make the decisions for the minor kids. Kroy seems to fear Kim Zolciak's instability regarding their 4 and wants what is best, which he believes is with him. Furthermore, he made a point of stating that Kim pawns the kids off on others, so she is not an active parent. Finally, Kroy is convinced that Kim uses manipulation tactics to make them dislike him. Kim claps back. According to Kim Zolciak's people, they are vehemently denying any and all allegations. They claim that this is all a false narrative against the RHOA alum. Moreover, Kim states that she has been there for all of their needs, as a parent and someone who offers guidance. Kroy is allegedly just doing this as a press and power move, but Kim is not sitting quietly. Fans and followers are very torn between who is right and wrong. Some truly believe that Kim Zolciak adores her children and would do anything for them. However, many maintain that Kroy Bierman is the better parent. It will be interesting to see how this all plays out. Hopefully, for the sake of the children, there will be an immediate resolution. When it comes to the tumultuous world of reality television, few names stir as much conversation as the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum, Kim Zolciak. From her wild one-liners to her lavish spending habits and public marital breakdown, she has never been far from controversy. But the latest development in her ongoing saga is more disturbing than any Bravo storyline. A recent court filing has surfaced, accusing Zolciak of abuse toward her younger children, and the details have fans and critics buzzing with shock, disbelief, and outrage. The allegations that rocked the courtroom. The court filing, linked to her highly publicized divorce battle with estranged husband Kroy Bierman, allegedly includes claims that Zolciak displayed patterns of harmful behavior toward the children she shares with Bierman. While custody disputes are notoriously ugly, this filing has crossed into uncharted territory, raising questions about the safety of the kids caught in the middle. According to sources close to the case, Bierman's legal team presented affidavits and reports describing volatile moments inside the household. The alleged abuse wasn't necessarily physical in the traditional sense, but instead rooted in emotional manipulation, harsh verbal discipline, and erratic behavior that left the younger children anxious and fearful. Fans who have watched Kim on television might not be surprised at accusations of a short temper. On REOA and later on her spin-off Don't Be Tardy, Zolciak often exhibited fiery outbursts and a no-nonsense parenting style. But courtroom accusations are different from reality TV drama. What might look like sharp parenting for entertainment can quickly transform into allegations of psychological harm in legal proceedings. the strain of financial collapse. What makes the accusations even more layered is the timing. Kim and Kroy's financial collapse has been making headlines for months. Foreclosures, mounting debts, and IRS liens have painted a grim picture of a family drowning in money problems. Insiders believe this financial stress has fueled much of the chaos that the children were not shielded from this turmoil. Instead, they allegedly witnessed heated screaming matches between their parents, late-night arguments over bills, and constant tension about losing their lavish lifestyle. Kim, who has long tied her public image to opulence and luxury, allegedly lashed out when she felt cornered. In these moments, the younger children, who had no role in the financial disaster, became collateral damage, absorbing the brunt of their mother's frustrations. Critics argue that Kim's obsession with maintaining appearances could have led her to push the children too hard, expecting perfection while their world was crumbling behind closed doors. What once looked like harmless tough love on TV may now be framed in the courtroom as a damaging environment for developing kids. Kroy's countermove. For Kroy Bierman, the former NFL player who has positioned himself as the stable parent, this filing may be a strategic turning point. He has consistently painted himself as the hands-on father, the one handling school runs, cooking meals, and managing the kids' schedules. By contrast, Kim has been depicted as distracted by social media, partying, and chasing financial opportunities to keep her brand alive. Legal experts suggest that Kroy's attorneys are attempting to build a case that he is the more fit parent, capable of providing emotional stability and security. If the court finds merit in the abuse allegations, it could tip custody in his favor, which may also impact child support and living arrangements. Public reaction: sympathy versus skepticism. As expected, the news has split the public. Loyal Kim fans argue that the allegations are exaggerated, another messy ploy in a high-stakes divorce battle. They point to the fact that Bravo cameras followed Kim for years, and while she often appeared sharp-tongued, she was also affectionate and protective of her children. But others argue that reality television only showed carefully curated versions of family life. Behind the glamour, the wigs, and the designer labels, there may have been darker truths that cameras couldn't capture. Social media commentary has leaned towards skepticism, with many fans noting how the financial decline might have stripped away Kim's ability to keep it together, leading to unfiltered eruptions at home. The emotional toll on the kids. Perhaps the most tragic aspect of this unfolding drama is the impact on the children themselves. Court documents reportedly suggest that some of the younger kids have displayed signs of anxiety, clinging to routines, expressing fear when voices are raised, and in some cases, pulling back from friends. Child psychologists warn that exposure to emotional abuse or constant household conflict can be just as damaging as physical harm. When children grow up in an environment where they feel unsafe or constantly criticized, it shapes their self-worth and ability to trust, explained one family therapist not directly involved in the case. If the allegations are proven, the children's long-term emotional health could be at risk. And if the accusations turn out to be exaggerated or fabricated as a legal tactic, the damage may already be done. The children are still being dragged through a bitter public battle. Kim's defense. Zolciak has not taken the allegations lightly. In typical Kim fashion, she has reportedly fought back, calling the claims desperate lies aimed at tarnishing her image and stealing custody. Sources close to her insist that she is a loving, devoted mother whose only crime is being a disciplinarian in tough times. Her defense, according to insiders, will revolve around dismantling the narrative that she is erratic or dangerous. Expect her team to lean on footage from her Bravo years, family photos, and witness statements from friends who have seen her parenting firsthand. Kim may even argue that Kroy is manipulating the children against her, weaponizing their emotions for leverage. A case that could define her legacy. Regardless of the outcome, this case represents a defining moment in Kim Zolciak's public life. For years, she has been a polarizing figure, loved for her unapologetic glam and bold personality, hated for her perceived vanity and materialism. but child abuse allegations shift her story into far darker territory.